In the vast northern steppes of Kazakhstan lies a village that almost vanished beneath its own silence. Kalachi, a small farming settlement, once bustled with the humble rhythm of rural life. People tending gardens, children walking to school, the occasional sound of laughter echoing from modest homes. But beginning in 2010, something strange started happening. People began to fall asleep. And not just at night. In the middle of the day, at work, while talking, even while walking.
Undiagnosed epidemic is gripping a small village there in rural Kazakhstan. An increasing number of people there keep falling asleep at random for hours, some even for days on end. Are there any clues to what's behind this so-called sleeping sickness?
They would suddenly slump over, unconscious, slipping into a deep sleep that could last for hours, sometimes days. At first, it was just one or two people. Then it became dozens. Entire families were affected. Children collapsed in classrooms. Old men would be found unconscious on benches.
Doctors say many patients have brain edema, a state in which excessive fluid causes swelling in the brain.
All the kids had a CT scan. There's a diffuse brain edema, but there's no deterioration in terms of neurological symptoms. There's no sign of meningitis.
And no one, not doctors, not scientists, not even the government, could explain why. This was not a dream. This was Kalachi. The symptoms were eerie and unsettling. Victims wouldn't remember falling asleep. One moment they'd be going about their day, the next they'd be waking up in a hospital bed or on the floor of their home. When they awoke, they reported strange visions, hallucinations of dark corridors, voices in the walls, dreams that blurred into waking life. Some experienced memory loss, others had uncontrollable muscle spasms, even temporary paralysis. Children were most affected, sometimes sleeping for 48 hours straight. Locals began to speak of it as a curse. They called it the Sleepy Hollow Syndrome. Others whispered that something buried beneath the earth had awakened. By 2015, over 150 cases had been recorded in a village of less than 700 people. Imagine that. Almost 1 in every 5 residents falling under a spell of unexplained sleep. Fear settled over Kalachi like a second fog. Some villagers began to leave. Others stayed, too poor or too proud to abandon their homes. But as time passed and the sickness continued, the line between science and folklore began to blur. With mounting pressure, the Kazakh government launched investigations. They brought in doctors, environmental scientists, even nuclear experts. The village lies near a former Soviet uranium mine called Krasnogorsk, abandoned decades earlier. Could leaking radiation be the cause? Tests showed no dangerous radiation levels, yet people kept falling asleep. Then came another theory: carbon monoxide poisoning. Investigators discovered pockets of carbon monoxide and hydrocarbons seeping from the ground. These gases could displace oxygen in the air, potentially causing unconsciousness. But the problem? The gas levels weren't consistent, and neighboring villages, just as close to the mines, remained unaffected. Some believed it was a form of mass psychogenic illness, essentially a collective psychological reaction. But try telling that to a 5-year-old who's been unconscious for 3 days. Others suggested fungal spores, toxic mold, water contamination, or even an unknown pathogen. Despite these theories, no definitive cause was ever confirmed. Each explanation seemed to fall short, and the mystery only deepened. By 2016, the Kazakh government made a decision: voluntary evacuation. Residents were offered financial incentives to leave Kalachi behind. One by one, homes were emptied, shops shuttered. fields went untended. Kalachi, once alive with chatter and the rhythm of farming life, became a ghost village. But not everyone left. A few families remained, clinging to routine and memory. One elderly couple reportedly continued to tend their garden each spring, even as neighbors vanished and weeds took over the streets. The sleeping sickness seemed to taper off. Fewer new cases were reported. Some believed the phenomenon had passed. Others feared it was only dormant. And still, no one knew why it had come in the first place. Kalachi remains today, a place suspended in time, partially emptied, yet never fully abandoned. It is a scar in the land and a puzzle yet unsolved. The mystery of Kalachi has never been solved. Science offered many answers, none fully satisfying. Some say it was the Earth taking back what had been disturbed. Others believe Kalachi was simply forgotten by the world, and that the sleep was a kind of slow erasure. Whatever the cause, the village still stands, waiting.